everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on the University of North Carolina, Charlotte's campus, where we'll talk about the Masters in Computer Science and the Masters in Cybersecurity program. We're thrilled here to have you all here to explore the exciting opportunity these programs offer and hear directly from the experts in the field. Today, we are honored to have an incredible panel of speakers who will be providing their valuable insights into the computer science and cybersecurity education, career paths, and of course, the admission process within the College of Computer Information.
So thank you very much. My name is Bojan Cukic. I'm the Dean of the College of Computing and Informatics at the UNC Charlotte. This is a great opportunity to connect with you and give you a little bit more information about why we think University of North Carolina at Charlotte and our master's programs would be a great fit for you and why we think you should make the choice and study here. So as you know, and we know, you have many choices in where to come to study in the United States or in other countries. So the question is, why would the University of North Carolina at Charlotte be your best choice? And the answer is that the University of North Carolina at Charlotte is a university on the rise. It is one of the fastest universities that's growing in the ranks of the national universities in the United States, the fastest. We are currently number 81 among all the public universities in the United States. We are situated in a great, fast-growing city of Charlotte. Charlotte has grown its digital economy extremely fast, and every single day in Charlotte, about 130 people are moving into the city from the other parts of the United States and other parts of the world. University of North Carolina at Charlotte is also one of the top tier research universities in the United States, having the coveted rank of R1, Research 1 universities. And we are, according to the US News and World Report, one of the best colleges and national universities in the country. So just to give you a little bit more information about our rise in the rankings in the recent years. So the chart on the left is showing that while the number of national universities in the United States is increasing to about 440, 430, our ranks in the last 4 or 5 years have been improving from about the middle of the pack to a higher third of the pack. We are providing great value. We are also providing a great education and opportunities for being hired and continuing the career in the United States, in the city of Charlotte and in the state of North Carolina. When I talk about the city and the state, you also need to understand that we are one of the 10 states that are growing the fastest, and the tech sector in North Carolina is one of the top 2 or 3 sectors by growth in the country. One other piece of interesting information about North Carolina is that in terms of the proportion of women in tech occupations, we are by far number 1 in the United States. So in the College of Computing and Informatics, we have 6 graduate programs, and we are also developing the new graduate program in artificial intelligence. But if you come next year, I know your choices are the MS in Computer Science and the master's program in Cybersecurity. These are programs that are being updated and changing very quickly. What is important to know is that just as of last year, we have moved our graduate courses and teaching of our graduate courses in the new building in Uptown Charlotte, in the center of business district in the city. So while you are taking courses, you are very close to the headquarters of Honeywell. You're very close to the headquarters of Bank of America and other financial institutions. A lot of software developers, a lot of contractors, including Infosys, including Tata Consulting and others, are right there within a mile of the location where you would be taking courses in computer science. Our placement rate is about 95% for graduate students, and our students are very well respected in the job market. What makes us special, it's people. What makes us special is students like you. It is also our faculty. It is the fact that we have the College of Computing with 6 graduate programs and all around about 5,000 students. We are the largest major at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. We are in the center of all the university initiatives. We have a great research. We have about 100 faculty members with many different areas of research that you can work with as graduate students, and you can further your career, further your expertise, and become very highly competitive on the job market. With that being said, I'll pass to one of my colleagues to give you more information about specific programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dean Bojan, for providing us an overview of the university and the college. My name is Mollie Asiedu, and I'm the Master's of Science, Computer Science Graduate Program Coordinator. So I'm going to provide you all the program overview, and then we'll dive a little deeper in some of our teaching methodologies with our Graduate Program Director. So our Master's of Computer Science program, so it requires a minimum of 30 credit hours. So 12 of these credit hours are core requirements. And then 9 credit hours could be a concentration, which is optional. And you'll see our concentrations here on the right of your screen. We have AI, robotics and gaming, data science, information security and privacy, software systems and networks is another option. And this is really great if you want to delve deeper into one of these topics. You have the opportunity to do so in our master's program. Of course, we have the option to not take a concentration. If this is the case, then you would just take more electives. So in your overall program, if you do a concentration, then you would take 6 credit hours of electives. And then if you choose a dual concentration, so that's a possibility as well, where you could choose 2 of these, you would not require any electives. And lastly, you would take 3 credit hours of a capstone. All right, so here are just kind of the requirements. Once you're in the program, if you decide to pursue us, which we would love to have you, here's how you would maintain your compliance throughout the program. So we require that you maintain a 3.0 GPA while you're in the program, and at least 18 credit hours of the courses you take must be from the computer science department. So ITCS is the name for that. And at least 24 hours must be from the College of Computing and Informatics. So we have computer science, we have information security, bioinformatics, or data science and business analytics. This is really great because you can dip into each of these areas for your electives and really get a nice wide realm for your master's program. As you're pursuing computer science, you can still go through some of these courses. And at least 15 hours must be at the 6,000 level or higher. So at the graduate level, you'll see your options are 5,000 level and 6,000. So we require at least 15 hours are from that 6,000 level. And then no more than 6 hours may be in an individual study, which I know my colleague will be talking about here in a little bit. And I mentioned core, so you'll see that we have 4 core requirements in our program. So we have the Foundation of Computing core, AI, robotics and gaming core, data science and management core, and then software systems and networks core. So you're required to take 1 course out of each of these core requirements while you're in the program. And again, this is just that foundational learning. We want to ensure that you get a wide range of knowledge as you're in the program. And if you want to delve deeper into these areas, you could take a concentration in one of these areas. So you'll see the courses here that are available as of right now for these various core requirements. All right, so electives. I did mention that a little bit earlier. But again, if you select no concentration as an option, you can take 15 credit hours of elective courses. And if you select concentration, you must complete 6 hours of these elective courses. And again, if you just choose a dual concentration, you'll not need elective courses. These courses can range from that 5,000 level to 6,000 level. And that again can be an ITCS, so computer science, information security, data science and business analytics. And we do have courses outside of CCI, such as engineering or math, and this would need a request for special approval to see if that would count towards an elective. So that's not an automatic. However, you can request that approval if there is a course in a different college that you're really interested in taking. And then we have our capstone. So for the capstone, this is typically taken in your last semester, but you would choose one of these courses listed below. And the credit hours may be counted towards a concentration requirement too, if that same course is listed in the concentration. You would just, if that were the case, you would just take another elective. So that's a little bit in depth, but if you do choose us and once you're here, that is my job to meet with you and advise you and kind of help you through this process. So for students pursuing a thesis, they would enroll in ITCS 6991. for 2 consecutive semesters. And this is 6 credit hours total, and with 3 credit hours satisfying that capstone requirement. And so I believe our graduate program director will talk a little bit more about thesis here shortly. And as I mentioned, Dr. Jing Yang is going to take over to talk about academic journey and teaching methodologies. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Asiedu, for the overview of the program. So my name is Jing Yang. So I'm a professor in the computer science department and also the graduate program director for the master program in computer science. So because Dr. Asiedu has already given you an overview of the courses, so I just want to highlight our research courses and internship course. So we provide abundant opportunities for students to conduct research with our faculty members. So in particular, we provide individual study. So in each semester, we will release the project topics that are available for the students to select from for the next semester. For example, for next semester, we will have more than 20 projects there. And then the student can submit applications to work with professors with projects that they are most interested in. And then we will help the student to pair with the professors so they can directly work with the professors to do research and get 3 credits on the individual study courses. And if you want to do more intensive on research, you can pick master thesis. Typically, students spend 2 semesters to work with a professor on a thesis topic. So the individual study can be counted for the concentration, capstone, or elective courses. And the master thesis can also be used for concentration, capstone, or electives. And we also know the importance of internship for the students. So in the last semester, students can use their full-time or part-time academic year internship in computer science area to get credits for using the internship industrial internship course. Yeah, so next slide, please. Yeah, so we want to maximize the accessibility and engagement of the students. So we provide not only in-person classes, we also provide hybrid and online courses. And we also provide evening courses to provide the maximum flexibility to the students. And so our teachers and the teaching assistants, we call IA in our school. So IAs will provide regular office hours each week so that students can always get a chance to meet with the professor and the TAs to help them address any problems they meet in their study. And the professors always encourage the students to contact them through emails and go to their office hours. And to help our TAs to best help the students, we have a Master CS IA cohort where the IAs get together to learn to enhance their teaching skills. And we also provide the Best IA Award to encourage us to recognize our good IAs. And our IAs also come from our master students. So if you are doing very well in your courses, you get a good chance to be selected as an IA in the future with that professor. So our teachers are always trying to improve their teaching and learning skills. So we have multiple active research grants on innovative teaching and learning technologies, and the professors applying those techniques in the classes. And our professors also provide many special topic courses for the deep focused research together with the students. So you may get a chance, for example, to work with some real applications, like conduct research on some cut-off-edge technologies in those special topic courses. And we also adopt modern teaching methodologies such as flipped classroom in our courses. And there are many courses project-based, so students can get hands-on experience in those courses.
Thank you, guys. So I am Katie Watson. I am the graduate program coordinator for the Master of Science in Cybersecurity. So we'll go over our Master of Science in Cybersecurity, kind of a program overview, and then I'll hand it off to our graduate program director. Excuse me. So with this master's degree program, there is a minimum of 30 credit hours that you have to satisfy. And that's broken down into 12 credit hours of core courses. And then you have 15 credit hours of cybersecurity electives. In addition to that, there is 3 credit hours that you can take of CCI electives, which means outside of our SIS department. So that means you could take a class in ITCS, which is the computer science department, BINF, which is bioinformatics, SBA, which is data science and business analytics for those 3 credit hours. And then for our capstone options, we have 3 different options. They range from 0 to 6 credit hours. And I'll go over those in a future slide in detail, but there are 3 options for that requirement. So you do have to obtain a 3.0, at least 18 credit hours have to be in our department. So those courses would be IT, and then at least 24 of those hours have to be from our college. So if you do ask about, kind of similar to what Dr. Asiedu said, you would have to ask me, or you could ask Dr. Lipford, whoever, if you needed to take something, or if you're interested in something outside, like in engineering or something like that. So that's a case-by-case basis. And then 15 hours have to be at the 6,000 level or above. And then no more than 3 hours can be an individual study. So this is kind of a detailed list of the different courses that make up each of these requirements that I just mentioned. So we have our 4 classes that make up our core courses. And then we have several to choose from, as you can see, for the cybersecurity elective courses. We do update those on a regular basis, and there's always special topics as well that can be taken, and those vary each semester. And then you can go to the next slide. And then, as I mentioned, 3 credit hours of CCI electives can be chosen from the other departments within the college. And then here's a little more information about the capstone that I mentioned. So as I said, it's either 0 to 6 credit hours, depending on which option you choose. So with the first one here, the thesis is 6 credit hours. They have to be split up between 2 semesters, typically those last 2 semesters, that you would have to work with a faculty member on a research project and kind of seek that out on your own and come up with an agreement on who is going to guide you in that process. Then we have the internship, which is 3 credit hours, and it's a course that you register for. You would have to seek out the internship on your own. You would get the offer letter, and then that's how you'd be able to register for the course. Dr. Lipford would be the one to approve that, make sure that it makes sense and, is eligible to count for the 3 credit hours. And the project report is the one that's 0 credit hours. So people that choose this option, there's 30 credits for the master's degree would be all coursework. And then in your final semester, no matter if you're in 1 class, 2 or 3, you would do this in addition to that. What we do is we would add you to an online kind of group, and then there would be like a deadline for you to submit a written report based on a project that you've done in one of your courses in that past calendar year. So it could be a group project that you worked on previously, or it could be an individual project that you would think you could write enough about. Yeah. So I'll hand it off to Dr. Lipford to talk about the academic journey and teaching methodologies.
Hi, my name is Heather Lipford. I'm a faculty member here in cybersecurity, and I am currently the graduate program director for our Master's in Cybersecurity program. So similar to the Master's in Computer Science, we have the same options for doing research in cybersecurity. We have a large number of cybersecurity faculty. Cybersecurity is one of our important research areas within the College of Computing and Informatics. And so I didn't repeat the slide because it is basically the same kind of information where we have opportunities to do independent research with individual faculty members. There is the master's thesis option, and there are also internship options. And so if research is something that you're interested in, we have lots of opportunities to pursue that. Many of our students do go on to find internships. Those can be both in the summer and during the school year, during semesters of the school year, and then be able to get course credit for doing that internship as part of their master's degree. So our teaching methodologies, much of our program is very hands-on. The coursework is based on industry, cutting edge technologies. Many of our courses have lots of projects and in-class lab-based activities in order to teach the various skills involved in cybersecurity. Some of our courses also utilize industry standard online platforms for simulating cybersecurity attacks and defenses and building projects and labs within those online environments. We also have several of our courses taught by working professionals. And so these are industry practitioners who are currently working in the field. For example, our digital forensics class is taught by someone who works in digital forensics every day. And thus they are able to bring that real world experience to our students and not only teach them the skills that they would need to go out in industry and work in those areas, but also share their experiences and their stories of what it's like to work in the field. Our courses are a mixture of online courses, in-person courses as well as some hybrid courses. And in class, many of our courses emphasize learning skills and interacting with other students as part of the learning activities.
Hi, I am Carmalita Govan. I'm the Director of Professional Education for Graduate Studies, and I'm just going to do an overview of what professional development opportunities that we offer, alumni testimonials, as well as career prospects for our programs. So within CCI, we do have professional development opportunities amongst with career fairs, mock interviews with industry partners, workshops to continuously enhance soft skills, seminars on industry trends, networking with CCI alumni, as well as research opportunities with faculty, as well as hackathons. All of these professional development opportunities that you see are what we feel help students go to what they may feel would be the next part of their career trajectory. So this is why we have all of these offerings that we do offer. And as you see in these pictures that we have also on the slides, you'll see that the students are engaged and are a part of this as well. So one of our alumni testimonials is from Aditya Kumar Gupta. He is currently the Associate Software Engineer at Moody's Rating. He graduated from the MS in Information Technology program last year. One of his testimonials is he chose UNC Charlotte for two main reasons. The Masters in Information Technology program offered specializations in software system design and implementation, as well as emerging technologies. These areas closely align with what his previous education and future career aspirations, making the program an ideal fit for his career growth. Also, it's because of UNC Charlotte, it is recognized as a leading university in terms of research excellence and educational infrastructure. Studying at UNC Charlotte provided him with exposure to cutting-edge research opportunities and in the fields of information technology and computer science, and it also allowed him to expand his knowledge collaboratively with professors and contribute to innovative advancements in those areas. And then another testimonial that we have is from Karidi. He is a junior developer at U Control Building. He graduated also last year. And one of the great things about UNC Charlotte is that we're located in the city of Charlotte. And as the city of Charlotte are continuously growing, we're also seeing a lot of tech startup firms. And so U Control Building is a tech startup that one of our students was able to kind of join in on the first launch of this, I want to say last year. And his testimonial is for the reason he chose UNC Charlotte was for several reasons, primarily being the flexibility in his curriculum. He never felt obligated to take a specific course because there were plenty of options available, all taught by friendly and knowledgeable faculty. One such example was the mentorship that he received from former professors after his graduation, which significantly helped him improve in research and development, ultimately leading to his first job. Having faculty who stay in touch with students, not just during coursework, but also after completing their studies is rare and invaluable. So my reasons or his reasons for choosing UNC Charlotte would be its flexibility, supportive and skilled faculty, and the excellent resources provided. The university's library, recreational center, and skill learning clubs that are essential for someone coming from afar to truly experience the academic and professional growth that UNC Charlotte offers. Overall, he could confidently say that his stay at UNC Charlotte was worth every dollar that he invested into his education. And as you will see within our career prospects, on the 10 most common outcomes from our alumni, you will see in that first year, there's a big blue bar that's showing that our students that are graduating are going into computer and mathematics sort of fields. But as you see, the trajectory grows. The blue bar goes smaller, but the red bar grows, which means they're going into managerial sort of roles. So what we are seeing is that our alumni are able to graduate from our programs and they're able to go into computer tech firms or computer tech roles. And then as they are continuously going into their career roles, they're able to also go into managerial roles. So that's one of the bigger things that we feel is a big pro for our programs is the fact that our students are able to move up within their companies and go into managerial sort of roles. And then companies that our CCI alumni are working at, we have Wells Fargo, Honeywell, Bank of America, Duke Energy, Microsoft, Apple, Lowe's, Google, Amazon, Cisco, and TIAA. But the biggest thing is 4 of these companies are headquartered in the Charlotte metro area. So that's Bank of America, Honeywell, Lowe's, as well as Duke Energy. And so we do have a lot of alumni that's here that works. And then when we look at Wells Fargo, TIAA, they have, and as well as Microsoft. They have a lot of big presence in this area. So not only when you're coming to our institution to come for a degree, you're not able just to get the hard skills that you need as far as within your degree, but you're also able to be amongst a lot of companies. Charlotte is the second largest banking capital in the United States, and it is one of the top 10 cities that are starting to grow to become a tech. We also are creating a North Tech Hub that's right in the center of where the DeBoss Center is, where a lot of your courses will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So there's a lot of potential of just coming to UNC Charlotte, but there's a lot of potential, as you can see, on the professional development front, that we're able to get you in front of companies and in front of recruiters and in front of all of these. So we're able to help you go to what your next steps is in your career.
Thank you, Carmalita. My name is Joe Campos. I'm the Assistant Director of Recruitment for the Graduate School. I want to talk about just the life and living in Charlotte and attending university and some resources that are available to students on campus, as well as what the life and culture is on campus. I just want to let you know, outside of the academic experience, that you have an abundance of opportunities and services that are available to you, as my colleagues have articulated. Lots of opportunities to intersect with industry and also with the Charlotte community. Our campus is one main campus, which is about 15 minutes outside of Center City, north of the city. And we also have, as my colleagues talked about before, an uptown location. You'll see here on the slide here pictures of both. Our building is the building that looks like stacked books. It's a beautiful facility. Many of the classes are there as well. And our overall campus is in Center City, up in the university area. And it's about 15 minutes. And we have a light rail that can connect you from both locations that is available, as well as buses that will take you there as well, and plenty of parking that's available if you were to have a car with us. Being able to work and live in Uptown is an opportunity as well, but many of our students live off campus, and there's plenty of housing around campus. Most students that live on campus will live in one of our residence halls, but for graduate students, graduate housing is very limited. We do have a transitional program that we have, but we do encourage our students to reach out to our residence life managers to talk about our off-campus housing opportunities, as well as visit our website that has a listing of many off-campus preferred housing or common places where a lot of our students go. It will actually provide you opportunities in terms of connecting with other individuals who are looking for roommates, exploring different types of areas in the city where people live, and also talk about signing a lease, the aspects of that. Many of our international students will have an opportunity to connect. We have many orientation programs that will allow that. We do have housing representatives that were there, as well as our immigration department that assists with a lot of the onboarding and orientation process to where you can live around the university. This is an example of what the website looks like, and you can see the different icons that will take you to living off campus and a list of opportunities for local leasers around the area, and local opportunities that were within walking distance or within a short driving, or you can take mass transportation as well. Frequently asked questions, as well as resources of where's the local grocery and where do people go, and if there's laundry services, or if there's where local restaurants are and where do people hang out in. Just opportunities about housing, roommates, who's looking for one, and what particular opportunities there might be in terms of being able to connect with people that have some of the same interests and needs that you might have. On our next slide, you'll see here that when we're talking about seeking housing, we also have student legal services that can assist with many of the aspects of signing a lease, what's involved with that lease, talk about working with the certain laws that we have for landlord and tenant agreements. How do you go about looking at different types of things that might come across while you're here? So these are services that all our students take advantage of, particularly if you're traveling from abroad and you just need assistance with that. So we highly encourage our students to take advantage of that, and that is available on campus for you. In our next slide here, you'll be able to also work with a department that runs a number of opportunities for graduate students. The Reynolds Center for Graduate Life and Learning connects well with our Department of Career Services, as well as works with a lot of opportunities for students with various needs, students with children, how do you turn on your utilities, and just fun things to do around the city. They partner with a lot of the departments on campus. One big famous program that they have is the International Coffee Hour that happens twice a month. It's a great way to network and see other students and connect and share with the experiences and meet people from all over the world. I attend every chance I get to meet with students and just speak with them, and also just to share best practices, people to talk about their individual studies, and it's a great opportunity. This particular center provides lots of resources in writing, so there's lots of workshops and a lot of tutoring opportunities, as well as connecting with any opportunity that you might have just to learn more about the resources that are on campus. It's a central hub for everybody and to help navigating life off campus. Transportation is a huge thing. UNC Charlotte runs free bus services 7 days a week around campus with connecting with the light rail, as I mentioned before, and the Charlotte Area Transportation System, which is the acronym is CATS. You can download the UNC Charlotte NIDA Transit Pass, and that will give you access to how to get around campus. With many of the options here, you see everything is really well logoed. We have the light rail, CAT services, we have scooters and bikes, lots of opportunity to be able to get to and from. Our campus is rather large. It's a great opportunity to really get out and about. I go walking very often, and lots of places to meet with people and have lots of opportunities to share a meal on campus. On our next slide, you'll be able to see also we're near the Charlotte Douglas Airport. We're about 15 minutes from Center City, about 20 minutes from the main campus, and many of our students come in there, and you can actually take the light rail, and then there's a sprinter that gets to the airport as well. So we are an international hub for American Airlines, and we have several international flights that come in and out of the city every day. So there is an opportunity to get to and from. Some other campus resources that we want to talk about is being safe on campus. And really important counseling services on campus, student assistance with support services to help with, we understand you're coming to the campus for the first time, and we want you to know that you were never alone. There's always somebody here to assist you. There's always somebody to be able to assist with any type of extended services that you might need, and any type of opportunities to take advantage of our rec centers, to work with our Niner for Hire, which is career services. We have a pantry service, so if someone needs some type of meals, we have that as well. Lots of opportunity to engage with one another. All the programs that student activities and student funds have are available to you, so there's never a time outside of your academic pursuits to be alone or not to connect with somebody or utilize many of the resources that we have on campus. And on our next slide here, what I would like to do is be able to show you some of the things to do in Charlotte. We have several theme parks. A lot of our students and some of our activities take place in a lot of these places. A lot of our students work there as well, part-time or full-time. Theme parks such as Carowinds and in the U.S. National Whitewater Center. Plenty of shopping opportunities. We're in a short driving distance to all these area malls, as well as we're known for some of our sports affiliations. So on campus, we have the Charlotte 49ers, which is our football team. We have the Charlotte Panthers football team, as well as a basketball team, hockey team, baseball team, all within 20 to 15 minutes from the campus locations. So lots to do in Charlotte. It is a growing city. Over the past 20 years, it's really been known as an international place to come. A lot of people feel welcomed here. I have to say it's a great opportunity to mix with many people outside of the campus, as well as the activities that take place on the campus. And lastly, what I would like to show on the next slide is stay connected with us. So what you would do is apply online, submit your application. We have several informational sessions that we run several different hours of the week, and that talk about tips and tricks to submit your application, talk about some ways in which you can learn about how to seek out where the funding opportunities are and who and where you would learn about submitting applications for those opportunities, as well as just learning about the Charlotte area. You can also set up some time to meet with an admissions counselor to go over your application. We'll be more than happy to do that virtually and set that up. If you happen to be in the area or happen to look at everything, we have virtual tours online and live campus tours, and we have office hours as well. We encourage you to send your questions to our mailbox, which is gradcounselor@charlotte.edu, or you can give us a call at area code 704-687-5503. Again, I encourage you to send your questions to us at gradcounselor@charlotte.edu. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to learn about UNC Charlotte, and we hope to see you on campus this coming academic year or in the future.
Thank you so much to all of you. It was a very insightful session and a very comprehensive presentation. I could see there are two questions in the Q&A section. First is, she's asking how active and accessible is the alumni network for mentorship or job referrals? Are there any platforms to avail that?
I can answer that. A lot of our alumni are very active on LinkedIn. I will say that our current students tend to reach out to our LinkedIn to alumni, and they're very responsive. One of the guys that we just saw, DTA, that works for Moody's, he's extremely active as a recruiter to bring in more of UNCC, CCI alumni. So our alumni base is very strong, especially ones from India. So I would definitely say it's a good, strong alumni network.
Next question is, are there any specific organizations, career fairs, or networking events for tech enthusiasts?
Yes. So we do have career fairs. We have two that are sponsored by the Career Center, one in the fall and one in the spring. And then CCI ourselves, we have our own career fair that's typically held in the fall. Also in between those times with career preparations, we work with the Career Center as well as Center for Graduate Life for upskilling workshops, soft skills workshops. We also do resume reviews. We also do mock interviews, and those mock interviews are done with employers that are actually hiring. So it's not just someone that's working for the company, but you're actually dealing with hiring managers. So in those contexts, we do make sure that our graduate students are fully prepared as far as like if they want to go into the workforce after graduation. That's one of our goals with that.
And one thing we haven't mentioned in our presentation that I wanted to bring up is that while you're a student, we have a large number of student organized clubs around various technology areas. So for example, in cybersecurity, we have what's called the 49th Security Division, which is a very large student-run organization all about cybersecurity. They bring in outside speakers, so another opportunity to network with industry practitioners. They do various trainings with each other, train for cybersecurity competitions and participate in those competitions. We have a large number of different kinds of organizations around mobile development. We have Association of Computing Machinery, which is ACM. We have ACMW, Women in Cybersecurity. And so there's additional opportunities to connect with people who are in the areas that you are most interested in. And while you're a student, to give you additional chance to network with fellow students, to gain some additional skills, and to network with outside industry.
I'll add to that. Joe briefly mentioned Niner Engage, but anybody can go and search for these different student organizations, and Niner Engage, there's just a tremendous amount of opportunities.
And Niner Engage, as well as Higher Niner, you'll see a lot of our events that are on campus that are on both. So we have those platforms to make sure that anything you want to engage in, as far as with industry relations or group sort of work or group organizations, you will be able to have access to see all of those.
Our next question is, what would be the tuition fee and living cost for the CS course?
We don't have that in our slides here, but I can send that information to you. It's also on the website for the tuition and fees for the university for graduate students, as well as how that's broken down based upon the degree that you're pursuing.
And since Futurense pathway is it's a pathway program, so it'll vary depending on the credits they do at the university.
Yeah.
I have one question for the professors, something interesting, is that have you mentored or gotten an opportunity to see groundbreaking project or a project that you did not think would be successful or something?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Well, so from my perspective, my home department is bioinformatics. So I'm a little bit of a different flavor of a computing individual. but we had a project a few years ago based on wastewater epidemiology. And so we had an opportunity to make a huge difference because we were tracking COVID in wastewater and then using that information to model immune response in communities. Heather, do you have a good example?
Well, so most of the faculty, well, all the faculty here do research. And so that's an active part of what we do. And we bring that both into our coursework, as well as have opportunities for students to participate. So I'll give you two examples of just how students can get involved. So for example, currently this semester, I have 2 master's students doing work with me to do a study on the performance and how people interact with a new kind of authentication, specifically an authentication using a location on a map as opposed to a password. And so I have master students involved in research to try and understand how it is that people approach that. Now, we don't have results yet, so I can't really tell you if, how well that works. It was not a scheme that we created, but we're evaluating that as part of this research. And that's something that I have 2 master students actively doing right this very semester. And then I've had past students working on things, for example, have several projects going on in response to text scams, sometimes known as smishing. And so that research is trying to understand why it is that people fall for such scams. What are the various factors that are related to why people are falling for text-based scams, and how we might be able to help people overcome that. So, and again, that has active master's and undergraduate students as well as PhD students involved in that research.
Let me give you just a couple of contemporary examples of that too. Example number 1, Stephanie Schuckers, in computer science professor, is working on biometrics. And she has in the past commercialized the liveness detection for biometrics. Had a company for about 10 years and all the employees were former students. The company was eventually sold and now it provides part of the software that's in the distribution for Google-based phones. 2 current involvements that we have in research are, one is with Honeywell, in which students pursue a specific class with Professor Siddharth Krishnan, and they're working on projects under his supervision directly with the data science arm of data science and artificial intelligence arm of Honeywell. And those students are essentially receiving 1 semester long interview for potential employment in that company. Another example is our collaboration with Lowe's, in which Professor Srijan Das and Professor Poo in computer science are also working directly with the Innovation Center at Lowe's on the problems related to sales floor analytics, computer vision. These projects have been tremendously successful and again create opportunities for engagement with the company and employment.
Amazing. Another question here is the candidate wants to understand if their current GPA is 2.6, and considering other aspects of their application, will they be considered to apply for any courses for CCI?
Yes, absolutely. So we look at an application holistically. And so certainly we do pay attention to your past degree and your GPA there, but we also understand that the way that course points are awarded in India is a little different than how we do so here. So first of all, we are aware of that and do take that into account. But then we also look at other aspects of the application. So if you've had several years of work experience, for example, which we know is quite common in students coming from India, we look at what it was that you were doing, and we look at the recommendations that you might have from your managers or your employers to provide evidence that you have potential to be successful in our program. And so that is something we take into account.
I do not think we have any other questions. We can go ahead. All right. Thank you so much to the panelists today. One line that will resonate with me is Dr. Bojan's, where he said, what makes us special is the people. This is the same insider we at Futurense we also follow. We bring in candidates for who they are, and we try to nurture them and help them get wherever they want. So it's more about the candidates and the people who come to us. And I think that's a great note to end today. I would like to congratulate all the professors for the excellent project work that you have conducted, and all the best for the ones that are all ongoing right now. Thank you so much once again to all the attendees. for sparing your time today and helping us get a very engaging session. Thank you.